Super Lee in Atlanta.
A one-way ticket, $95.
And one mission, to get into the halftime show.
Super Lee.
Okay, so that was part of the promo, I guess, that ran on Virgin. Lee Haberkorn from Virgin Radio is in the studio. Lee, that's when, in 2019?
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Okay, so explain if we can. The reason we're doing this, obviously it's Super Bowl weekend. This idea was to see, and you've done this other places, if you could actually get into the Super Bowl and you had no tickets, right?
Exactly. So it's always a challenge that I always believe if you're nice to other people and put kindness out into the world, it comes back to you.
Okay.
And if you could just go about life treating people well, people naturally want to help. And so I go on these missions, kind of grand over the top, seem impossible, and for some reason, they work themselves out.
Okay, so you set upon the mission to get into the game for free. You're in Montreal. What happens next?
So exactly, the boss, the station, takes away my wallet, give me $95 US in this case, because we went to Atlanta, and a mission to get into the game and then back to Montreal completely on my own.
Okay.
I have to eat, sleep, and everything on my own.
Where was the game that year?
Atlanta, Georgia.
So how'd you get to Atlanta?
So the station graciously flew me there as part of the challenge to get me there quickly.
And then you're on your own.
Exactly. And we're talking about no planning goes into it beforehand. I arrive in Atlanta and I start asking social media for help, strangers on the street for help, and people come through.
So you're basically there with $95 in your pocket on Super Bowl weekend, and you're trying to get into the game. What's the first answer you get back? What would you have said? Hi, I'm in Atlanta. I'm from Montreal. I don't know what I'm going to do. Can you help? Was that the basic sort of reach out?
You try to do your elevator pitch as quick as possible to tell people, like, hey, listen, I'm here on this challenge. I'm a radio announcer. I'm not just some weird guy. Firstly, yes, I'm trying to get to the game, but more importantly, I need to eat dinner and find a place to sleep tonight.
All right, so what happens next?
So strangers opened up their doors. Montrealers tagged people in Atlanta. I slept in this really old, tiny trailer one night in the side of the highway, slept in a stranger's house. A hotel brand saw the journey, and the night before the Super Bowl did give me a $1,900 a night suite for free. I mean, it's really amazing what happens on this journey. That's why when you didn't know about this, I was like, Aaron, come on. You probably knew people. You could have helped me.
So you have now your accommodation taken care of. Did you spend your own money to eat?
A little bit, but people are giving me food. People are kind. You do what you can. There's a lot of promos going on all around Super Bowl weekends.
Okay.
But yeah, the tickets came down to it. I mean, the original challenge was to get into the Super Bowl halftime show. How can I step foot on the field? Which is
whoa. This is not just getting into the stadium, but to get on the field during the halftime show?
Well, that was the initial challenge, and I actually could have made it happen because I started making calls when I got there, have event planning connections from here in Montreal, and they said, Lee, if you would have reached out a month ago, we could have made it happen, but everyone that steps foot on the field needs a FBI background check.
Oh, and you wouldn't have passed that anyway. Okay, so let's go back and figure this out. You're now stuck there. You're trying to get into the game. You've managed to find a place to sleep. You have enough food. People have between offering you food and the money you had. How did you possibly get into the stadium?
Okay, so you might consider this cheating. Some people did, but there's no rules going into this. And I tried asking for tickets and entering contests there, like chicken wing eating contests to try to win tickets. None of that happened. So I decided to do something that anyone that works for a big company knows you don't do. And I decided to reach out to the head of Bell Media at the time. And I went right to the top and I emailed this guy, shot out of the dark. He didn't know who I was. And he's like, okay, give me a few minutes. I'll try to help you out. And I said, listen, I'm doing this challenge for one of our stations. What are the chances we could get a free ticket? And within minutes, he calls me and he says, you're going to meet the head of TSN and we got a ticket for you.
What? You didn't know this guy from Adam, and this is the guy running the entire division, the entire Bell Media division.
Yeah, and that became the president of Bell in general. It was Randy Lennox. Great guy. Now I know him. He knows me. You don't do that, right? You don't just
No, I just surprised. He's like, hey, dude, I'm busy. I'm running a company here. Thanks. Have a good time. But no, he got on it and got you a contact.
That's exactly it.
And then you go meet this. Where did you meet this person at TSN?
At like their headquarters out of some hotel. They were all they couldn't believe what I was doing. Everyone I encountered along the way, whether they were in the sports industry or just strangers on the street, were like, really, you're doing this and by yourself, just walking around documenting it? And that's exactly what we did.
So you meet TSN. What did they give you? Just like a badge that you could just walk in because you're now officially working for TSN? Was that what happened?
They had, for some reason, I guess I don't know, they had an actual physical ticket. I got the ticket and I got fantastic seats.
What?
And I wish I could tell you that, like, I got to sit there and enjoy the entire game.
Did you get to sit there and enjoy the entire game?
No, because that's only half the challenge.
Whoa, okay.
I now have to get back to Montreal. And I probably only had like $20, $30 left of me. But
okay, hold on. You're going too fast here. You have a ticket. You're in the stadium. You could watch the game. You chose not to, or you had to work so hard to figure out how to get home that wasn't even part of what was going on?
Well, I watched half the game.
Okay.
But then there was an offer that came up that you just can't turn down. And our now friends at Barassa Trucking, headquartered here in Montreal, obviously following the journey on Virgin Radio, reached out and said, listen, Lee, we have a truck leaving Georgia Sunday night during the game to beat traffic coming back to Montreal. Do you want to hitch a 35-hour ride in an 18-wheeler? Yeah.
So Barassa Trucking.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with one driver. He drove you all the way home.
We even had to switch drivers because they have to take breaks and I needed to get home. Yeah. So we're like switching trucks. What a great
story.
It was absolutely wild.
So you leave Atlanta on a Sunday night?
Yeah.
When did you get back?
I got back middle of the night, Monday into Tuesday.
Okay.
They dropped me off just over the border, and then a friend came to pick me up from some random gas station.
Why'd they drop you off just over the border? Weren't they going into the city, or they were going somewhere else?
They had to go to Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, and they were about to run out of time.
Okay.
It was a whole story, but it's exhausting, but it just proves how far genuine kindness goes in this world.
What a great story. And of course, I should point out, 2019, so that's only 4 or 5 years ago. I like to, when I hear stories like this, I think, well, social media, different now. No, you did all of this by being able to do just that, except for the Randy Lennox part by getting tickets.
Well, exactly. I mean, we did the exact same thing, going to the royal wedding and getting around and getting a free flight back from London to Montreal.
That is so cool. Not this year? You're not doing the Super Bowl?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, got all the attention this year.
Right. Yeah. Kind of stole it from you, Lee, right? I understand.
Story of my life.
You want to give someone some advice? Look, it's Friday. The game's not till Sunday. It's not like Vegas is halfway around the world. You're there in 6 hours. What's a tip for someone wanting to go to the game?
I mean, just bet it all on red and see what happens.
Boy, I'm glad I asked. Okay. No, really, once you get down there, right? I was at the Super Bowl in 2000 and I'm going to say Patriots-Giants. What year was that? I don't even remember.
Long time ago.
I'm trying to remember that by girlfriends because someone bought me whatever. And it's great to be there. And my only tip was get there like 3 hours early because everything moves so slow. Just trying to get to a seat, trying to get in. There's so many people there. That'd be my only advice. You know anybody here actually who you could buy tickets from?
Here that you could. No, but you know what? It's not even just about going to the game. You go experience the entire weekend. It's magical.
Well, if you have the time, I guess, yeah, that'd be kind of nice to be able to do.
Let's go.
Okay.
You and me.
Yeah. Let's go down with Barassa Trucking again. If we leave now, we could be there Sunday afternoon. It'd be perfect.
You and me in the cab.
Lee Haberkorn from Virgin Radio. Lee, thanks so much, pal. Appreciate it.